Hello and welcome to the Dutch Inn channel. It's Monday morning, 25th of March 2024, and it's approaching 9:15 in the morning. And we're going to do the selections today for Exeter. And we're going to start there with the 220. And our top selection here is going to be Time to Bite. So we'll go on to Matchbook, and in the first race there, Time to Bite is currently trading at 4.8, and the over round is just changed to 104.11. So don't forget, this time of the morning with less liquidity in the markets, these over round figures are going to be a little bit higher than normal, so you need to wait closer to the time or when you feel it's got down to around 101. So Time to Bite is 4.8 currently, and stakes there of £20.83 would return £100. Moorland Rambler is our second selection. This is currently trading at 5.4, and stakes there of £18.52 would return £100. And our third selection is Birdman Bob, which is currently trading at 10. And let's see if we've got enough money to put that on the last one. Yes, we just about have. So Birdman Bob would require £10 stake to return £100, and that would leave us now 65 pence. And that 65 pence would go on our full selection. Watch Out, It's Cookie, and that is one of the outsiders. That is trading at 17. So that will be our stakes of £50. Watch Out, It's Cookie would have 65 pence go on this one, and we would times that by 17, and the returns would be £11 and 5p, which would be better than totally losing. It would be something. But we do have three running for us. We have Time to Bite, Moorland Rambler, and Birdman Bob. One of those three would return £100. Then we're going to move into the second race at Exeter. This will be the 250. And the 250, there's a couple of non-runners here, so just the 6 go to post. But I've got 8, so let's have a look what they are. Milford Sound is the first one. This was our 7th selection, so we wouldn't have been betting on that anyway. And the other one that's a non-runner is I'm Too Tired, which was our number 1 selection. So we need to definitely change all this. And that will now leave 6 going to post. Right, so our number 1 selection now would be Foxy. So let's go into Matchbook, change that to race 2. And Foxy is now the favourite, trading at 3.3. Stakes here of £30.30 would return us £100. And our second selection will be Nick the Greek. And Nick the Greek is second in at 3.6. We've already laid out 30-30. And all we've got left is 1970, so this would have to be the stake for Nick the Greek. So £19.70 times the price of 3.6 for Nick the Greek would give us a return of £70.92. So there would be a profit in backing that of around £20. But if Foxy was to win, this would return us £100. So we're going to move on to the third race at Exeter. This is the 320. And again, we've got a couple of non-runners in here, leaving now with a 7-runner race. And both of those will concern us. So let's take them out, which we've got Toto Wolf. And again, that was my 8th selection. So I very much doubt we'll back that. And the other one is Robbinsville, and Robbinsville was my 6th selection, so I'm sure we wouldn't have backed that one either. So this brings it down to a 7-runner field. Change the last thing. And our top selection for this race would be Sunjoy. So we'll go back onto Matchbook, into race 3. And Sunjoy is currently the favourite at 4.4. This would require stakes of 22.73 to return £100. And our second selection would be Jupiter Allen or Allen. And this is currently trading at 10. £10 stakes would return £100. And our third selection is Marland, which is currently trading at 4.8. And before we work out that one, the first two cost us £32.73, and that leaves us £17.27. So that would be the maximum amount we could have on Marland. That's the £50 stakes, so we'll go back into Marland, and we've got £17.27, and we're going to times this by the price of 4.8, and that means returns of £82.89, so not a bad return for your third selection. And if either Sunjoy or Jupiter Allen was the win, one of those would return £100. Now it's time for the 350, and again we've got a non-runner in this race. This makes it an all-to-win race, but it doesn't matter to us. And yep, we've got that running here, and the non-runner here is On D'une Soir. Bit of French for you there. So we'll take that out, make that a 4-runner race. And our top selection here would be Classic Maestro. This would be our number 1. So back into Matchbook. Race 4. And Classic Maestro there is currently trading at 1.86. So as long as we have a horse that's either even money or odds on, we would only be able to back one horse in the race, so all £50 would have to go onto Classic Maestro. Then moving on to our penultimate race, the 420. 7 go to post here. And our number 1 selection here would be Gingerbread. So into Matchbook. I haven't bothered reading out the over rounds here, even though that last race has just gone to 101.75. Most of them are sitting on 102, 103. But this one's pretty good. This is 101.53 in the race we're looking at. And Gingerbread is currently favourite, trading at 15-8 or 2.88. Stakes of £34.72 will return £100. And our second selection is Bampton Star, which is the second in at 3.65. We've only got £15.28 left So that will be the stake on Bampton Star. So we'll times the £15.28 with the 3.65 price. And that means if Bampton Star was to win, it would give us £55.77 return, which would be okay. It would cover the bet. And Gingerbread would return us £100. And now we're going to move into the last race at Exeter, the 450. And 5 go to post for this one. And our top selection here would be a horse called the Wolf. I like this horse today. If you look at my SPs there, I've got 1.74. And let's go into Matchbook, see what they've got. And the favourite is the Wolf, but currently trading at 2.34, so I like that. We would require stakes of £42.74 here to return us £100, so it takes a big chunk away. And Yippee-Ki-Yay, that's currently our second selection and second in as well at 3.8. And this would take the rest of our stake of £7.26 to bring our stakes to £50. So £7.26 times the price there of 3.8 would return £27.58, which is over half our stake money back, if you think that's the only horse that can manage to come and challenge it. And if the Wolf was to win, we would return £100. So that was the last race there. And now we're going to do a quick recap. So into the first race at Exeter, the 220. Time to Bite, Moorland Rambler and Birdman Bob. If one of these three win, it would be £100. And Watch Out It's Cookie would be the lower amount. Into the 250, we've got Foxy. This would return £100. And Nick the Greek would return the lower amount. Into the 320 at Exeter, Sunjoy and Jupiter Allen. One of those two would return £100, and Marland would be the lesser amount. Then in the 350 Exeter, just one selection here would be Classic Maestro at odds on. Then into the 420 at Exeter, Gingerbread would be our selection that returns £100, and Bampton Star would be the lesser amount. And into the last race, the 450, our top selection there, the Wolf, would return £100, and Yippee-Ki-Yay would be the lower amount. So again, we didn't have a great day yesterday. We were on a loss. Let's see if we can get in a profit today. So we'll see you in the results show this evening. Otherwise, happy punting.